And just a bit of a shot looking in St Anne's, you just see the streets are absolutely flooded with tens of thousands of people. And welcome back to a brand new video. So we're in Lytham today for the 1940s event, which is being held at Lytham, and absolutely amazing machines. First of all, we're just going to start right at the very beginning, but you just see some of the wonderful cars was on display. There's so much to get in this video, and it's going to be a fun, jam-packed one. So make sure you come and join me on this one. And look at this, the old Army Fire Service. Wow, look how old and ancient that one looks, and it's amazing how they used these machines back in the 1940s. Imagine they'd have been used an awful lot, you know, during the war. So again, just some of the vehicles all lined up. Absolutely incredible, all sorts of shapes, sizes, designs, and each one of these, you know, had a purpose back in the 1940s. And there we go. So this one was running last year. It might as well run again. Have a bit of a walk around it. And like I said, the engine, the noise, absolutely incredible sound it made. And like I said, it is actually running this one. Fantastic. So everyone's have a bit of a look at some of the other military equipment, and like I said, they've got so much on display. So some of these are the Jeeps from the States. Look at this one. So let's just pan the camera around to the right. I'll just show you some of the other stalls as we move our way forward. And like I said, not only do they have the military equipment, the fantastic old cars, they've got all sorts of different stalls, different displays. You know, you're not short of food, coffee, tea, whatever you fancy. They have little gin bars, all sorts of things. You just see all displayed on the floor there. The backpacks they used to use, absolutely amazing. So it looks like this is the refueler. You can see the pipes coming out of the top, and it looks like, I mean, was it used for refilling aircraft back in its day? That's an interesting one. Or was it just, I'd imagine it was, yeah, it possibly was. I don't know anything really about these machines. But yeah, possibly that was the refueler for aircraft. How amazing. They've got all the, all the equipment. Some of them are original, from this time period. So as we just make our way more forward in this fantastic event, there's all sorts of dressed up in the old uniform. Oh yeah, and there's great participation, great atmosphere about this event. Everybody sort of takes part, no matter what ages. So we'll try to get in the crowds a little bit. You can see more people dressed up, the wonderful costumes and, the old clothes from this area. I think this is what it's all about. And you see all the ladies dressed up, like I said, in the old clothes. It's such a great thing, this. And we'll pop over to the tent, which they have like things going on in there, you see. So I think some people, you know, enjoy just a bit of a walk around. More than the actual stores, to be fair. Actually, it's an absolute packed one. So this is the old home guard. It reminds you of Dad's Army, in a way. Have a quick look inside this stall. So this is just one of them, one of the hundreds. You can just see all the amazing memorabilia as we just sort of pan the camera around, and these are for sale.
One of those, one with a slot. No, not if it's not.
Look at that little train set just to the left-hand side. So just in front, these are like a few of the little the prams what they used to use back in its day. So see if we can get a bit of a closer look, and this is how they used to dress back in the day. Absolutely, it's incredible. So again, we'll get back in the crowds, and like all these stalls, they sell, you know, things from sort of bric-a-brac, you know, to old clothing. There's something. Look at that's like a wicker stand. You remember the old wicker baskets, things like that. That's all your wicker, and like I said, there's all sorts of wonderful treasures you can pick up. And it is on tomorrow, so you know, if you are in the Blackpool area on holiday, pop yourself over to Lytham. Enjoy this fantastic event. Is what's on offer. Like I say, you can even get involved. You know, if you get any old uniform, things like that. Look at that, all dressed up like a family. That one. Look at that.
I'll just get my hat out if you don't mind.
So as we continue, you know, past a lot of these stalls, there's literally rows and rows of them. Amazing event. So let me know, you know, in the comments, have you ever been to something like this? You know, something as incredible as this, and let's just pan the camera, see if we can grab those in. You can see there's so many people, like I said, you know, see those ladies all dressed up in the 1940s. You got the guys there. Amazing. So just a bit of a shop, and we sat here about sort of half an hour, just grabbed a drink and myself and Daily Blog Adventures, and there was nobody here. So the time is around 11:30, and you just see how many people are now just enjoying the amazing sunshine. What's on offer? Look at that, tucking into the meals, the sandwiches, all these wonderful stalls. So like I said, we're going to move on forward, and I'll bring you a lot more of what this great event does offer. Just made our way down a little further, and let's just pan the camera around to the right, because it's not just for the adults. You can see plenty of entertainment for the youngsters, for the families to enjoy. So if they get a little bored of walking around the 1940s equipment and life as we once knew it, they can have a bit of fun on the rides also. We've got the German sausage dogs. They've got all sorts, all the different stalls. Absolutely great. Look at that one's whipping round at a bit of speed there. It's like there is something for everybody at this event. So as we just move along further on, you see some of the weapons, some of the cannons, what's on display, and just see, like I said, some of the ammunition just sort of nestled next to them. As we move along further, like I say, it's just amazing, you know, how times have changed from modern day weapons. to what they used to use. Absolutely incredible. So you can just see Lytham windmill just in the distance as we have a bit of a look around this section. So we'll leave the camera rolling. You see they're dressed up from there's so many people dressed up from the 1940s, actually. Amazing. You just hear this one, hear the old engine going. So like I said, we'll leave the camera on, pick as much up as possible. Let's whip the camera around to the left. And this is like sort of like the tents possibly where they used to camp out near the front lines. So I just want to get in a little further. We'll just move on down a little. You can see, remember these ones? These were really common in the war with the old bike with the sidecar. Look at that. In fact, look at that. He's even got a machine gun on the side. I've never seen one like that before. Wow. Some of the old traditional bicycles, some of the traditional bikes. Look at the old choppers. Let me know if this brings back some memories for it. Look at that, he's even got a tax disc displayed in there. So the convoy of the old military vehicles are going to be going along the road, and this is, like I said, just some of them. Wow, absolutely extraordinary. Let's see. So a huge convoy on display. Let's just whip the camera around to the right. You can see the huge crowds. So it's something you don't see every day, this. Literally coming out all angles. Absolutely amazing to witness in modern day times, something like this. Extraordinary. Just imagine, give you a feel of what it was like. You imagine the victory parade must be tens of thousands of people turned out for this one. Massive, one after another. Coming down. So this one on the side says Boy Scouts. I wonder if like they use this to pick the youngsters up. Look at that one. I said, how extraordinary is something like that? You just see the amount of people videoing, photography, all sorts for this special event, all getting applause. And like I said, it is on tomorrow, day 2 tomorrow. Just look at the crowds, pan the camera to the right. You can just see, guys, a huge camera he's got. Just look at that. Absolutely extraordinary scenes here today. Wow. And just a bit of a shot looking in St. Anne's, and you just see the streets are absolutely flooded with tens of thousands of people who have come to this amazing event. And the best of all, like I say, totally free. If you are in the area, get yourself down tomorrow. Absolutely extraordinary. Really, really is. So we'll just have a quick browse in the town centre. And, well, I mean, normally I've got something to say, but I'm pretty speechless with this event. We came last year and it was great, absolutely incredible. But this year he beat last year's hands down. Really is remarkable. So many people that you see coming out dressed up, making that effort. There's so many wonderful little cafes within Lytham, and everyone is rammed. Let's just branch off. You can just see all these are dressed up. Yeah, all made the effort. So as we make our way further into like the town centre part, just look at this. Look at the scenes you're witnessing. Look how busy it is. So let's just weave in a little bit, and you can see how busy it is. Look, they've even got the old dancing going. Look at this. Extraordinary scenes. Have you ever seen anything like this? I'll way more forward this way because there's loads of military equipment around here. And just like I say, you cannot move. It's absolutely rammed today. What a lovely place Lytham is. You got wonderful little cafes. Let's see if we can get some. See if we can get some in. Look at that, wow. Absolutely, there's not a place what's uncovered. And just a few more shots of the town centre. So this is Clifton Street, and wow. we'll branch off to the left, and you got the ship and roll also. So I don't really know this area too. There's daily vlogs over there. So we'll just have a bit of a look up this side. And I mean, have you ever lived in Lytham? Have you seen it this busy before? It's amazing what these events, you know, the amount of people they bring out. Everyone's just waiting to dive that little special moment to get across and just look at the old pedestrian crossings. I'd imagine the cars will be waiting for a bit. Look at that. Absolutely rammed packed today. Absolutely heaving in the town centre. We'll do a bit of a 360. So normally don't do this on the camera, but let's have a look around, complete 360 of how everything is. And you see there's so many people out enjoying themselves, whip all the way around. I hope you're not getting too dizzy with this one. But like I said, this is just what it's like at the moment. Very, very busy afternoon at the 1940's event. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and what a day it's been. Absolutely glorious, glorious weather. Let's have a bit of a look near this stall. What's this one all about? Looks like it's possibly like sort of medicines and old tobacco, things like that. Let's make our way along the back of the event, and again you see so many people dressed up for the occasion. And it brings so many people together and sparks so many memories. I was speaking to a lovely lady in the ice cream queue. We indulged in an ice cream, and she said she's come all the way from Macclesfield just to be here today. You see, you know, people are sitting down, enjoying themselves, and so we'll go. There's another cab. There's more dancing going on. Actually, it's great, you know, how people do come together, and that's a huge bang. I think there's something happening on the old battlefield. You can see just over there, there's dancing, all sorts going on. The old bamboo shoot, they call that, the old bamboo shoot. Well, I think it's bamboo shoot. They're shouting bamboo shoot, I think they're shouting. The house of old bamboo. Again, plenty going on. Let's just poke our camera through a little gap. I'll just bring you a little bit of that. And again, you can see many people enjoying that spot of lunch. Look at that. The old hot dogs, burgers, sandwiches, beef sandwiches, they got it all. So, you know, the event is not short of the old food venues. As we head on towards the old battle, I believe what's going on around 3 p.m.
You can see how easily it actually moves. Thank you guys. So that shows you how the 6-pounder works.
So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, they're just reenacting a bit of the one of the battles. And like I said, if you do enjoy these videos, don't forget hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button. And until next time, look after yourselves and take care.
Looks like they're going to do a full section attack on the airborne.